everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Victoria and this is my very first YouTube video. If you are interested in seeing how I achieve this natural, minimal looking makeup, just keep on watching. Alright, so I kind of feel like an idiot right now. I didn't film the first 15 minutes of the video. Yeah, so I'm not going to refilm the whole thing just because I was answering some questions and I feel like it would just be kind of fake, or not fake, but like I don't know how to explain it. Like it's just not gonna be like as genuine as it was the first time. So here I am. I am going to re-explain the first 15 minutes that I did not film, and hopefully I can piece it back with what I did film and it not look too choppy. But I don't know, I'm not making any promises because I have no idea how this is gonna look. So here we go. Why did this happen? Oh my gosh, I hate that. I washed my face with my favorite cleanser, and this is a cleanser I've been using for a while now. It's the Youth to the People Superfood Cleanser, and I mix it in with my Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. So this is actually a powder. So you put this on your hand and you can mix it with your cleanser or with water, and it creates like a paste. So that paste is used to exfoliate the skin and brighten the skin without it being too harsh. So it's gentle enough for you to use every day. And I really like this one. It is on the pricier end, so I always end up getting the travel size because I think the full size is $60. But this one lasts me a while, so it's fine. But I use these two every single morning. I then will go in with my serums, and the first one I use is the hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary, and this is the one I apply every morning. And I've tried out a few, but I always end up going back to this one just because of the price point. It's around $6 I think, and you could buy it at Ulta or at the Ordinary website. I wouldn't recommend buying anything anywhere else just because they are overpriced. Just a simple hyaluronic acid. All right, yes. Then I go in with my La Roche-Posay, I definitely am not pronouncing that correctly, vitamin C serum. So this is the one that I think this product is key to my dewy looking natural makeup, just because, why can't I speak? It leaves my skin looking hydrated, plump, dewy, everything I love, and I honestly owe it to this product. So it applies on, it does get a little tacky, which I know some people hate that. I don't mind it because I feel like my makeup adheres better to it, and it just leaves the skin looking glowy and just like so hydrated. And I get a lot of compliments on my makeup, and I think that honestly, aside from all the cream products I use, it really has a lot to do with this one product. And the last part of my skincare is my SPF. So it comes out white, but it goes on clear when you blend it in. So it goes on clear. Like, it does not leave a white cast, which I know that I hated SPFs or sunscreens that left my skin looking white because I'm already fair as it is. And when I'm not wearing makeup, it was just, no, I just didn't like it. So this one does not. It smells like cucumbers, and I think it's decently priced for a good SPF. I can only find it on Amazon, so that's the only place that I've seen it, and I've never seen it in store, but I really recommend it. And so if you're looking for an SPF, you should check that one out. For tinted moisturizers, this is the one that I've really been liking. I've used it for several years now, so it's not like I tried it out recently. It's part of my Holy Grail products. So it's a tinted moisturizer and it has 30 SPF. It definitely does not, because I've tried other tinted moisturizers that have SPF and they just turn out like they just look kind of dry and flaky. It could probably be because I have very dry skin, or it was other products I just don't like. But this one I really like, has pretty good coverage. It definitely is buildable, so if you're looking for more coverage, you can definitely achieve that with this one. I think a little goes a long way in my opinion, and it is very, very hydrating, not at all dry or flaky, but I really recommend this one. That's everything I didn't record the first time around. So now we're going on to the original video. All right, my next question is best tip for no makeup look. I think that the best tip I can give is minimal. Like, do not go over the top with makeup. And I think I learned this the hard way because when I had really bad skin, I thought that more makeup would make my skin look better, and it only made it worse. Like, it just emphasizes the texture, it emphasizes the zits you have on your face. It's just not a good look. And I think less is more when it comes to the no makeup look, which is my everyday, which is kind of what I use only, except in like special occasion stuff. But less is more. Definitely less is more. Don't think that like I need more to cover up these, like it will make it worse. Like it will definitely make it worse. And I just like, I remember looking back and like when I applied so much makeup and I'd look in the mirror thinking like, oh, this is it. I'm like, and I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Next question says, what made you become a teacher? So I am a teacher. I just finished my first semester of teaching just because I got hired halfway through the year as a kinder teacher, and I love it. What made me is honestly a teacher that I had. My 3rd grade teacher is what made me become a teacher, and we are actually still in touch because I did some of my student teaching hours in his class. I chose him. Oh, and then I'm coming in with the hydrating camo concealer from e.l.f. in the shade Fair Rose. Honestly, that was a lot, but I don't apply that much. I just can't really see under the eye. And I loved him, and I just felt like, I don't know how to explain it, like, because I went into college as a business admin major, and I hated it. I actually hated it, and I only went into that career just because everyone was doing it, and I thought that was what my family expected of me, and it was just like the thing, like business admin, everyone's doing it, like just do it. So I went into it and I hated it. Like, I had no passion for it. Like, I'm so glad I followed my freaking intuition, because I would have hated it if I would have gone on with it. But I did not like it at all. Just even planning my 4 years and like looking at all the classes I needed to take, I was like getting stressed and like just overwhelmed, and I was like, this is not what I want. Like, this is definitely not what I want. So I went back with my counselor and I changed my major, and I'm so glad I did it because I definitely have a passion for teaching and a passion for kids. And I've worked at a private school and I've worked at like low-income charter schools, and my heart is with like the less fortunate. And I just remember working at that school, that charter school, and these kids would come in and like they had such, like, they lived in such poor conditions, and with like no parents or like drug addict parents, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know, I just felt like this is where my heart is and this is where I want to teach. Well, I don't know really, I guess what made me become a teacher was that teacher. So when I actually emailed him and I was like, can I do some of my hours, he was so happy, and he actually started crying when I saw him, because he was like, wow, this is why I teach, to inspire others and to make them feel the way that you felt. And yeah, so he made me become a teacher, and I'm so glad that I followed my intuition and changed my major, because if not, I probably would have been miserable. But yeah, that's my story. Next question, what do you do for self-care? I actually learned this after working as a kinder teacher. I would get out of school, or out of work, school, whatever. I would come home and I just needed to be alone. Like, I was with kids and with people for like 8 hours of my day, and I was just so overwhelmed. And I love my kids, I love them, nothing against them. It's just like, it is pretty draining. It is a very draining job. And I would come home and I'd be like, Mom, please don't talk to me. I just wanna, and I would like just be alone. So I would grab my dog and I would go to the dog park, and I would just be there for a couple hours, and that's just what I wanted to do. I was just like, either on my phone or like listening to a podcast, or not on my phone, or reading a book or whatever it was, and I just wanted to be alone. Like that was just my self-care moment, that I was like, be here, watch my dog play, and it was just like, I would find that really relaxing. What do I do for self-care? I guess reading. I've gotten recently into reading, or I guess cooking. Cooking is a good one. I really like cooking. Cooking by myself, cooking for myself is something that I really enjoy. How old am I? I'm 22 years old. Tell us about your first date with David. Okay, this is actually a funny one because David and I, okay, I think I blended enough. I've been blending for like 5 minutes. Also, I'm not applying any right now, but if I did have any blemishes and I needed more coverage, I will use the Tarte Shape Tape. I can't find it right now. Here it is. Totally messy. It's this one. My favorite concealer for like blemishes. It has amazing coverage, so if you have blemishes, this is the way to go. So you just apply this on your blemishes, blend it in. I love it. Okay, so my first date with David. David and I became like best friends 2019. So we had both like recently stopped talking, or I had recently broken up, and then he was talking to someone and he like stopped talking to her, and it was like we just were on the same page kind of. We would go out to the gym, work out, and then we'd get Jamba Juice, like talk. It was just like our friendship grew more and more, and we hang out, like we started hanging out every day, and we didn't like each other at that time. We were just really genuine friends. And then the more we hung out, like just as friends, we started like, I mean, I'm just saying it, this is my side, but I started liking him and for who he was, because I just never knew him on that level. When we were like friends, as like group friends, we never spoke like that deep until that summer that we started like talking and like hanging out more. And oh, also when I first saw him, the first time I ever saw him, it was like love at first sight for me. So I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's the cutest, the hottest guy I've ever seen. But it didn't work out because we were like 8th graders, like no. And then we became friends, blah blah. So 2019 we started hanging out more and more and more. And the day that I realized that we were like going on a first date is when he invited me out to go to the movies, which was like whatever, because we had already gone to the movies before. It wasn't like that big of a deal. But one of my other guy friends texted me and he was like, hey, what are you doing, like just like let's hang out, whatever. And I was like, oh, and I texted David and I was like, oh hey, this guy's asking me like what my plans are for the week, like just to hang out as friends, like, oh, like nothing weird, like it was just like, okay, what's the plan for the weekend? And he was like, oh, tell him we're going on a date. And the second he said that, I was like, I was at work and I was like, and I was actually working with kids, I was like, oh, and the kids were like, what? And I was like, I'm going on a date. And these kids were like, oh my god. And I was like, yeah, I'm freaking out too, like, oh my gosh. Like I was like, I'm going on a date with him, like, and I knew deep down I liked him. Like I had already told my mom, like it was just like, it was a thing. I was just waiting for him to officially invite me on a date. So that day was the first day that I like actually got ready and like did my hair, did my makeup, all that, and like got dressed up. And then we went to the Lot, which is like a movie theater, like a more luxurious movie theater. So we had dinner at the movies and then watched a movie, and then we went home and then he dropped me off. Like, but the way that like he sent, we're going on a date, so like don't invite him, I was like freaking out. I was freaking out, like in a good way. And then I also knew that it was like officially we were like starting to date when he opened my door. He never opened my door, but the day that he went to go pick me up and he opened the door, or he rang the doorbell at my house, I was like, my mom and I were like freaking out inside, because like, you know, that's kind of more serious, I guess. And he opened the door in the car and I was like, I got in the car and I was like freaking out. But anyway, that was our first date. And then after that, it was just, we like dated for like 2 weeks and then we became official, because like we already knew each other and it was like nothing weird. Best advice you've ever received? I honestly don't know who told me this, but it was just like, who cares what other people think? I mean, this is very obvious. It's not like, oh my gosh, this advice was like changed my whole mind. No, it's not. But it was like people are gonna judge you regardless. of what you do, just do it. Like, who cares? Like, when I started posting like more fashion stuff on my Instagram, I struggled with it at first because I was like, oh my god, everyone's gonna think like, who's she trying to be like, oh my gosh, influencer, blah 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 blah, whatever. But I was like, honestly, like, who cares? Like, who actually cares? Like, I know I did at the beginning, but I don't care anymore that much. And I got a few messages from people that they were like, I've seen that you posted more stuff, and like I really admire you for doing it, like, you're gonna go far. And those messages were like really inspiring to me, and is what kind of made me keep going. And I've always wanted to film YouTube videos. I've always had like self-doubt, and like, oh my gosh, people are gonna judge me, people are gonna think like, who does she think she is, and like, oh, she's just trying to, like, whatever. And I still struggle with that. Like, I haven't even posted this video and I'm like already sweating. But I just like, more and more, like, I'm just learning to like not care about what other people think. Like, even if you try to be perfect, people are still gonna judge you, so like, might as well do whatever the heck you want, you know. And David has really been like my #1 supporter. He's always telling me like, film your videos. Like, he's always the one telling me and inspiring me to do it. I don't always listen because I just have a lot of self-doubt and I struggle with it. But I'm so grateful that I have him to help me and to push me and like just go out there and do it. But yeah, so kind of the best advice, I guess. That's it. Okay, I still have not even gone on to my next step. Okay, next step is I should honestly be doing this first, but I never do it and I always forget, is my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow freeze. So this is what I use on my brows. And my spoolie, I really like it because it does give you that laminated brow look, which I know David hates, and a lot of people are not into it, but I just really like it. It makes them look so much fluffier and thick, and I love it. So I just take a little bit, a little goes a long way, I think. Dip it in, and you just brush your brows really whatever direction you want. I do up and then to the side a little bit to give it that fluffy look. A good dupe for this one is the NYX. I have it here. It's not as like intense as this one, but it's still good. This one, it's called the Brow Glue. Looks like this. I like this one too, but I prefer this one. It's just because it's easier to apply with the spoolie. My next question is style inspo. Who would be my style inspo? Really like, her name is Julia Havens. I like, oh, I love Lauren Wolf. She's like a TikToker, and I found her on TikTok, and then I followed her on Instagram, and I love her style. Who else am I like really? I like Maggie McDonald. The stuff that she posts I like. Who else do I really like? I can't think off the top of my head. With my beauty blender, or like a knockoff beauty blender, this thing is the Eco Tools one, I apply my Rare Beauty. I love the Rare Beauty blushes. I have them in like almost every shade. Today I'm going to be using the Nearly Rose one. It gives you the most perfect flushed look. So I honestly, it's so easy. Just pat it in and then apply on the apples of your cheeks. Super blendable, buildable too. If you, that's a lot. I'm kind of struggling here with this viewfinder. Next, with the Glossy Halo Scope, just a little bit with my finger. Do not go like this. I've done it and it just ruins your whole makeup. And then I will apply my dewy set. This is, I top off my makeup with this, and it makes it look really dewy. Okay, and my favorite, all-time favorite lip gloss is the Fenty Beauty Cream, I think it's called Cream Bomb, and it's in the Fenty Glow color. So it's the same color as the original, it just has more color, and just looks more opaque than like just gloss. Smells like the original, I think. The original smells like this. And this is the final look. Pretty natural, minimal makeup looking. Looking makeup, sorry. and I love it. I honestly get a lot of compliments on it because it does look like not perfect, but like it does look very natural. It does look very natural on the skin. And that's pretty much it. I'm not sure about these nails. I painted them myself because I do my own nails, but I don't know about this color. I don't know. Everyone has like these bright colors, and then I do it and I feel like horrible. Like I said, I will be I will be linking everything down below if you are interested in purchasing any of the items that I mentioned, and also my outfit details where I got the shirt and where I got these earrings. Well, that's the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.